Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm bringing you my 5th round match from Philadelphia VGC Regionals. As you know, recently I attended that tournament, and I was able to record almost all my battles from there, so I've already uploaded my 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round matches. Definitely watch those if you have not already, and I want to upload the remainder of the matches as quickly as possible, and as always, your support really supports me and motivates me to upload those. So leaving a like on the video definitely means a lot, your comments as well, and I'll do my best to bring you the upcoming matches in the next couple of days. So today's match was against Billy. Billy had a team of Rhyperior, Manectric, Sableye, Mawile, Reuniclus, and Talonflame, which was a really scary team for a bunch of reasons, but the main thing was I didn't know whether he'd be bringing the fast mode with Manectric and Talonflame or the slow mode with Mawile. He obviously had a Trick Room part of his team with Reuniclus and Rhyperior, and Rhyperior actually really threatens my Mega Mawile, so I was really scared about that. The Sableye is also just annoying to deal with if you can't KO it right away, but fortunately enough, Modest Choice Spec Salamence with Draco Meteor is able to KO the Sableye. Now in Team Preview, I actually run out of time. As you know, VGC is timed, and so I was not able to select my 4th Pokemon, and as a result, the game chose randomly for me, and it ended up bringing Ludicolo for me when I actually wanted Rotom Heat. Now, not bringing Rotom Heat was a big issue for me. It meant that I only had one way to effectively one-hit KO the Mawile, which was a Fire Blast from my Salamence. So I knew I'd have to play safely with Salamence. On the first turn, I make a really gutsy play. I figure the Mawile's either going to Protect or Switch out, and Reuniclus is either going to Trick Room or Attack. Reuniclus surprisingly goes for the Protect, but my Salamence went for the Draco Meteor, which actually, surprisingly enough, pays off. This was a really risky prediction, and I actually would not recommend it in the future. Honestly, Fire Blast would have just been a safer play, because, for example, had he stayed in with Mawile, even if he had protected, I would have been stuck with a Salamence locked into Draco Meteor, and I would have lost my main way of KOing the Mawile. So, in retrospect, it was not a very good play, but at the time, I was just feeling it, and fortunately enough, I made the right call. But, yeah, if you want to maximize your chances, that's definitely not the best play to make, but hey, it worked out in this case. So now I'm up 4-3. Hariyama's intimidated twice from his Mawile, but I bring in my Mawile here to intimidate his Mawile. So many Mawiles in VGC 2014. His Mawile is finally going to Mega Evolve, so it loses Intimidate, but at this point it's just going for the sheer power, as Mawile goes for the Play Rough, not on Hariyama, but on the Salamence slot, which I was actually really happy to see, because it would mean that Hariyama would be able to get its knockoff off against this Reuniclus. I was actually just trying to get some damage off and scout for the item, but instead I pick up the one-hit KO because of a lucky critical hit. Now, that critical hit, mattered, of course, but at the same time, part of me did not want it because I wanted to get Salamence safely back in, and now he's got Talonflame and Mawile out, which is kind of scary to deal with. Despite me up being 4-2, the game is still far from over. I still think my opponent has a pretty solid chance of winning, and I need to make sure I make the best plays possible in order to not choke this away. The main essential thing is making sure that the Salamence is able to pick up the KO onto Mawile. After that, I should be good, because at this point, I can just intimidate it. But if I make a careless switch in, my opponent would just be able to predict it, so I really don't want to switch at this point, especially the Salamence, because that's my key to victory. Now, I make a really silly play here. I honestly do not know what I was thinking. I thought the Talonflame was protecting, so I tried to get fancy and fake out and play rough the Mawile, but just fake outing the Talonflame and Rock Sliding would have been such a better play because, a lot of times your opponent doesn't even expect Rock Slide from Mawile, so I lose my Mawile there and suddenly I'm really scared. That was a really bad play on my end, and now I've basically got Salamence to carry me through this match. Of course, I have Hariyama in the back, but Hariyama is slower than both Talonflame and Mawile, and both of those Pokemon have super effective attacks against me. So I'm really nervous now, but I figure I can just Fire Blast and Scald safely this turn, or Flamethrower, excuse me, because even if he protects the Mawile and Brave Birds, I can just bring in Hariyama the following turn, fake out the Talonflame, Flamethrower for the KO, and then Talonflame and it isn't going to win out against 2 Pokemon. So fortunately enough, I call it correctly. I'm able to get the KO on Mawile, and that's basically going to seal up the game for me because I can just switch Salamence out and switch it back in. Now, Talonflame can still carry its way through with a couple of timely critical hits. He goes for the Brave Bird here and picks up the KO on Ludicolo. I switched out my Salamence there because 1, I wanted to use my Dragon type attacks obviously, and 2, I did not want to just take any damage. I wanted to get another Intimidate off, and now it's a full HP Salamence and Hariyama against the Talonflame, so chances are I should be able to win this. Now, talking about earlier in the match, for example, that first turn play definitely really helped me out, but once again, I got kind of lucky making that prediction, and I probably should have just Fire Blasted for the safer play, but it worked out for me. And not having Rotom Heat definitely made this game 10 times harder. I guess Ludicolo would have really helped out against Rhyperior, but Rotom Heat was definitely the right call in this match, especially because I had Hariyama to already counter that Rhyperior. So not having it definitely scared me, but fortunately enough, I was able to pick up the KO on Mawile with the Specs Flamethrower. So here you see the Salamence takes out the Talonflame with the Dragon Pulse, and I pulled through with the game with the 2-0 victory. Definitely got kind of lucky on that Reuniclus as well with the critical hit, but that's the game we play. I hope you guys enjoyed this match. I'm 5-0 up to this point, and I'll be bringing you the remainder of the matches in the upcoming days. Leave a like if you did enjoy the battle, and I'll see you next time. Peace!